Hello, I'm Dawn here from Dawn's Inspirations. I shared this project over on Facebook. It is a demo sample I've made for a Crafters Companion demo day I'm doing over at the Chesterfield store, because I'm a demonstrator for Crafters Companion as well. And I have used the Gemini double-sided box dies. Now when these arrived for me to demo, first thing I thought of was advent calendar. And this is made using the smaller of the dies, this one here. Okay, so I made this project, shared it over on Facebook, and I was absolutely blown away with the amount of comments I had on it. And many of you wanted to know how I've done it, because I've actually done hinged doors. So it's all tightly packed together with little hinged doors. So I know many of you asked if I would do a video just to show how it was done. So here we are. So the first thing you're going to need to do is, let me pop that to one side, is to cut yourself 25 box bases and 25 box lids, which is super easy to do because you've got your double-sided dies. So if you look at this one here, it's got a bit of a rim on it. This means this is your box base because it's smaller. If I turn it over, this one hasn't got so much of a rim on it. This is your box lid. So when you're die cutting piles and piles and piles, you will get in a muddle, and don't worry about it. Top trick is if you put them together, you'll see that one is slightly bigger than the other, and I've used plain card for one and Centura Pearl for the other, just so you can see hopefully the difference. Okay, so you've got box base, box lid, but what we're going to do is we're going to reverse. So the box base, which is the smaller, is going to be our lid, so that is going to be my lid, and the bigger bit, which is the box lid, is going to become my base. So this is the box lid. So you're just going to fold over all your score lines. Okay, just making sure you've got them all nicely folded. That's the great thing about the dies, even the scoring has been done for you, so you don't have to think about it. But what I would suggest you do is double score, or double, go over again and burnish with a bone folder, because you want nice crisp lines, because you want the boxes to sit nicely snug together. So I'm just doing that over like that, and then we're going to glue these into place. I'm going to use my tacky glue. Can use the tape pens from Crafters Companion, they work just as well, but I'm thinking this is something that's going to come out year after year, so I'm using tacky glue. And just make sure your corners are nicely snug and mitered up. And then I like to just put a little bulldog clip there just to hold that still. Okay, and then that last one there. The tacky glue is really quick to take off, so that won't take a minute. So that is our base, which actually is the box lid. Now we're going to make the lid out of the box base. So with a pair of scissors, you're going to snip one bit straight, so you've got a straight edge, and then you're going to miter, and you're going to miter, because we don't need these tabs, and you're going to miter, and you're going to miter. Again, folding all these score lines. So the straight bit is going to be your hinge, and the miter bits are going to be the bit at the side which helps to make the door come up and down quite easily. Okay, so also at this stage, while we're at this stage, I'm going to put my decoration on. And how I've done this, let me just glue this on and I'll tell you how I've done it, so the glue can be taken off. Okay, that's it. So how I got the triangle shape is, you got your die, and all I've done is a pencil line on the inside to to get the exact measurement that I need. And that's as easy as it is. The paper collection I've actually used for this is the Crafter's Companion Snowy Christmas. So this is the 8x8 paper collection. You get 50 sheets and it's all double-sided, so it's perfect for your box making. And that is what I've used to decorate. But I've actually used Centura Pearl, and actually for the project we're making today, I've used Sheena stamping card for the base, which is 300 GSM. So that is done like that. Okay, so now we can take our clips off here, because they'll all be ready to go, and then we can glue this on. So find your straight edge, pop some glue there on the inside, and then you're going to just pop that onto one of those corners. So I'm going to pop the lid bit in, push that down and put that on, and by using the two different cards I'm hoping you can see the difference. Okay, so that's going to get glued onto there, and then this is going to be your door that's either going to pull down or pull up. So we need to make a handle for this, so let that glue just take off. So to make a handle, I've just used, this is another collection of Zara's, an older collection. This is Winter Wonderland. This is the metallic twine. And all I've done is taken some of the baker's twine, tie a knot, put that through, just tie yourself a little knot, not too big. This is going to make our little handles. And how simple and easy is that? And then just snip near the base and you've got your handle. And that's as quick and easy as it is. So we need to attach our handles to each of our boxes. So this is a crocodile. I'm using the smaller of the holes. So I'm going to open up my door, open it out, and then on the point I'm just going to go in and make a hole. So there is my little hole. I'm going to poke my handle through. Use a pair of tweezers for this. Pop that through there. Then if you pull it out slightly, just go in with your tacky glue and just put a little bit of a blob just around. Tacky glue is going to dry clear. Then I'm going to close the door up. You can see some of the tacky glue is coming out the hole. Give that a wiggle round, because that will spread the glue around the knot that you've got on the inside. And there is your handle all ready to go. So this now just needs decorating. So let me bring in the one I've already previously done to show you. So I've decorated mine. I've used just some wooden numbers I had in my crafty stash, and I painted those, or I coloured them with the blue sparkle pen just to give them some colour. And then I've just added some little gems on each of the doors just to give some sparkles. There's not a lot of room for anything else. And then on the last one I've done a snowflake because I didn't have 25. But on the one I've done this time round, which we're going to work on today, I've actually die cut the letters using an older collection I had from Crafter's Companion, something I bought years ago before I even started working for them. Number collection. It's just a real go-to because the size is perfect. So what I did was I then picked up, this is some A3 cardstock that I bought a couple of years ago, double-sided, and then I restocked up when they had it in the sale because it's so useful. So it's always handy to have, and I'm so pleased because I've got it and it matches perfectly. But if you haven't, you're going to need either A3 or 12x12 cardstock to actually glue your boxes onto a base. So when you glue your boxes, you're going to start off with your base line, line them all up and stick them down. Then you're going to bring the next one down. When you bring the next one down, which is going to say this is number 6, not only are you going to put glue on the back so it goes onto the back card, but you're going to put glue on those two sides and then push it down. so it's all going to knot in together. Then let's look at number 11. When you're going to add number 11, you're just going to put glue on this side and attach to that top. But then when you add number 15, you're going to put glue on the two sides and the back. So each time you're doing a layer, yes, put your glue on the back, but also be mindful of putting your glue on sides that need glue. And each layer I did, I literally just stood there for just a few minutes just so the tacky glue could come off. I used my tacky glue on this because it's got a quick grab, perfect for what I was doing, and I just held it for a minute till it was taken. Then I did the next layer and did the same. And then when I'd got them all on, I just put a couple of bits of weights on just so it dried all nice and flat onto my base. Okay, so that's a little top tip there. When you're doing your numbers, if you're a bit worried about like the 15 is going to be an open that way, but the 19 is going to be an open that way, what I would say to you is attach all your boxes first, then stick your numbers on after. I've put my numbers on in order, but you might want to jumble them all up. So it's personal choice, but if you feel more comfortable, add your numbers afterwards, okay, and your little gems. Then you'll know things the right way around. So we've got this all looking like this, but we want to tidy this up now, don't we? Because I stuck it down and all I've done is gone in with my big scissors to go around the edge. Okay, you could do it with a craft knife as well quite easily. So let's now look how we're going to tidy this up. So with the same cardstock, what I've done is I've got 3 strips, and this is A3 in size again, so this is 11 3/4 inches. I've got a strip I've scored at 7/8 of an inch, then at 2 inches, and then I've cut at 2 3/4 inches. I've got tape on my 7/8 of an inch. I'm going to take that off. I'm going to fold that over. Now you'll see it doesn't totally match up, and that is absolutely fine. That is not a problem because that's what I want. And then I'm going to score my next line. I'm burnishing these lines really well. You want your lines burnished because you'll get a nice professional look if you've got nice crisp lines. Okay, now if I show you those two, that's your raw edge and that's the folded over edge. What would you think looks nicer to go around your calendar? That's why I've done the folded round edge, so it looks more professional and neat. Yes, we can ink this, but just taking that little bit of time folding over makes a big difference. And then the next thing we're going to do, which I haven't done and I should have done, is I'm going to get my double-sided tape again, and I'm going to put a piece close to the score line because this is going to go where the edge is of our boxes. This is going to adhere to those, and then this single piece here, this is going to attach to the back of the box. Okay, and I should have done that ahead of time. I'm using a really strong double-sided tape. If you've got red liner tape that's nice and wide, use that. You can use your tacky glue, but sometimes you might need an extra pair of hands just to hold everything together because it's a triangle, and you're going to just have to wait for that to take off. So that's why I'm just using the double-sided tape. Okay, so that doesn't take any time. I should have done that before I started filming. Sorry, people. So we're coming now to the home stretch of how we're going to finish our box off. As I say, I've been absolutely overwhelmed by the lovely comments from you all and people wanting to know how to make one. And that's what we're all about here at Crafters Companion, demonstrators, design team. You know, we want to share what we make with you. And that is the lovely thing about doing demonstration days. I just really enjoy it because I can be with the customers, answer questions and show them some great ideas to do with the fab projects or products, because they are just so versatile. So these are all the same. So the first thing we're going to do is fold that up. I'm going to start off with the base. Okay, so I'm going to pull off these 2 strips here. Now you have got, obviously this end, you've got double thickness, and this is quite sturdy cardstock. I think if I remember correctly it's 300 GSM. So I'm going to bring my piece in here because I'm going to mitre a corner. So let's bring it up here close. So I'm doing that, and then we're just going to turn over and just push that side down. Now I was going to recover the back, but I'm thinking I can get away with perhaps not recovering the back. I'm just really pushing everything together. And then this is where you're going to have to just tidy things up. So I'm going to take that corner off. And I'm going to take that corner off. Now if you're worried about doing the mitre inside, what you can do is go straight to the ends, because you could also add ribbon. That is another way around it. Okay, so I'm going to leave that like that. Just push that round. I've got my double-sided tape on there, so that's all going to be fine. And I'm just pincing it with my fingers. Okay, again just making sure the tape is nicely on there. Can you see that little lip you've got going? This is going to help it stand upright. That's why we've got that little lip. Makes it a bit more sturdy. And then we're going to do the others exactly the same. So I'm going to come take these 2 off. So I'm going to fold that over. Now this time I'm going to go, because I've got this here, this bulk here, I am going to go straight in on this end. So just bear with me, because it's trying to get it exactly where I want it, because the tape is strong. Okay. I'm just pushing that along. I'm just pushing that along with the boxes, and then turn over, do the same with the back. Got a little kink there, but just go in with my bone folder. Okay, and then pushing that all in there, and then what I'm going to do is snip that end off there, so that looks nice and neat. And then I think with this one I'm going to go straight across with this one and straight down. So I've gone straight across with the one at the top. Again, just making sure your adhesive is sticking. Okay, last one. But you can see how easily it comes together. But I am going to show you a little trick if you're worried that your corners aren't looking nice and professional. I'm going to show you a little trick. So don't get disheartened when you've got this far if things don't turn out exactly how you want them to be. So again, I'm going to do that one straight on. Okay, I'm pushing, just making sure I've got that flat on my table. Ooh, don't get that handle caught in there, otherwise we won't be able to open that window, will we? Right. Now what I can do is I'm going to take that off. Take that off. If I open that out, I can fold that little piece just under there just going to mitre that back a little bit more actually, so it fits snug. I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing there. So I've got that like that, I've just folded that back, and then I can tape that onto there. And then this is where just take your time, flat on your table, making sure everything is nicely stuck. Move all those bits out of the way. This double-sided tape is strong. Now can you see how that looks a lot nicer there on the top? Now this is what I said to you, don't be disheartened if you don't have nice corners, because there's a way around it. And I'm just going to tidy up this back one here, because I didn't do that. Now I was going to put another triangle of card over the top of this to finish it off, but actually I'm quite pleased with how that's come out, and I don't think it needs it because I've used the same cardstock, everything matches, it doesn't need it. Now you could quite easily, if you've got young children and you don't want them little fingers praying ahead of time, you could put a nice piece of ribbon. I had some ribbon here. You could attach a nice piece of ribbon at the back here, so you can then have it hanging up. Okay, let's get it around the right way, Dawn. So you could have a nice piece of ribbon at the back as a loop and have that hanging on the wall. Okay, so that's one way around you can do it. Obviously, because we've put this border where you've got, it does come up over a little bit on the boxes, it makes it stand up nicely. Okay, you can do that, so you can have it on the side or hanging up. Now I did say to you there's a little trick if you're worried that your corners aren't as nice as you would like them to be. If you are worried about that, I wouldn't want you to get to this stage where you've made all these boxes, all these little handles, decorated it all up, die cut it all out, and you're not happy. So way round it is, if you get your ribbon, again this is ribbon from one of Sarah's older collections. I always buy double, because you're always going to need it. You can wrap your ribbon round and tie a nice bow at the top. Your ribbon then will mask, if I just, oh, she says, let me just tie a knot. Oh, it's sliding off. You might want to put a little bit of double-sided tape as you go round, but your ribbon will then mask any of your joins if you're not happy with them, and you could just tie a nice big bow on the top there when you're ready to go. Okay, so there is a way around it. I would never want you to get to that stage and think it hasn't gone right, I've got to put it in the bin. There's always a way out of things in crafting. So this is my advent calendar made with the double-sided box dies from Crafter's Companion. I'm absolutely thrilled to bits with it. I love it. First thing I thought I'd make when I got mine. I've been absolutely delighted with your comments as well. If you want to make one, now you know how you too can make one. And if you're near the Chesterfield store, do pop in, because I'll be demonstrating these on Thursday the 17th of October. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you soon. Bye for now.